Wow. Why so many variations and interpretations of the Drake kin from cultures to culture? The kin have always been shrouded in mystery, and from mystery rises legend and myth. The kin seem contented to be seen as nothing but tall tales and figments of a god's fertile imagination. Um, yep. Okay.
Are you done? Let me take that back for you.
Next.
Oh, oh, goodness, it's you again. Oh, you gave me
Yoo-hoo.
such a fright.
Could I see some more books?
Oh, certainly. What a silly question.
I'm looking for some information, but I'm not sure which book to ask for.
No matter. I know a great deal about most of the books in here. What topic intrigues you?
Oh, again. More? Okay, that's a different question. Not again. It's more about the track. What else do we have? Oh, okay.
I'd
What
like to read more about the Drakekin.
Why, of course. I will get the book you're looking for immediately. I did find something of interest. I'll leave it here for you to read.
uh, oh, but this is the same book, isn't it? Yeah. No, this isn't. No, it's the same. Does no, this doesn't been in the other book. One of the emptiness stars. Reads the 11th scripture of the balance, the scripture of time. Maybe it is the same.
Are you done? Let me take
Yeah,
that back
I'm
for you.
done. Look how the kitty is lying here when I'm sitting relaxed on my chair. Ah. Ah. Yum, yum, yum. Okay, next one.
Oh, oh, goodness, it's you again. Oh, you gave me such a fright.
Could I see some
Oh.
more books?
Oh, certainly. What a silly question.
Okay, I got all this now. I'm looking for a story called The Silver Spear of Gorim.
I'm looking for a story called The Silver Spear of Gorimon.
Yes, a fanciful tale if I ever saw one, but a charming one. Did you know that I'm often paid visit by adventurers wishing to read everything available on the sphere so that they too could set out on their foolish quests?
Yeah, don't you just hate those adventurers?
Well, they pay for my bread, milk, and butter with their contributions to the coffers, so I shouldn't be too critical of them. But they care not about the books. They care only about what the books can give them.
I care. About the books, really.
I can tell. So, the Silver Spear of Gorimon, then? I did find something of interest. I'll leave it here for you to read.
The Silver Spear of Gorimon. In the glory days of Baksheva, before the drought, when Gorimon was the greatest city in the known world, the Marriage of Baksheva decided to forge the most powerful weapon in the world to challenge the mighty white dragon. No, this white dragon. The marriage had grown greedy and bored, his treasure hold filled with of the world, and he desired nothing except that the one thing he could never have, the unborn daughter of the white dragon, the fairest, purest, most beautiful creature in the universe. Ah. He had asked the white dragon for her daughter's hand in marriage, but she had refused, scolding him for his insolence and warning him to keep his distance from immortals, warning him to keep his distance from immortals. And so the marriage, through the advice of mighty sorcerer, the dark and cruel elves, to learn how to kill one of the dragonkin. No! They thus told the Hirscher of the white silver of Mount Tyranny, the strongest substance in Acadia, and how it could be forget by magic to kill even one of the kin. The Palshi ordered his army to go north across the ocean and to bring back enough white silver to shape a weapon. When his men returned, the rare metal, the ordered the finest blacksmith in Baksheva to his castle, where else the sorcerer cast a spell to create an unholy forge. 10 days and 10 nights it took before the exhausted blacksmith could present a tall spear to this emperor, but before the spear could be used to kill one of the kin, had to be bathed in blood. Heeding poor blacksmiths and the soldiers who had retrieved the white silver from Mount Tyranny, the private bath was filled with their blood as he dropped the silver spear into the red bus. Watched over by Eos, a terrible stream erupted and steam rose up in a red, full-smelling cloud. When the steam lifted, the blood was all gone and the spear was glowing in a deep red color. With a terrible weapon now ready to be wielded, the pirate issued a challenge to the White Dragon to either surrender her daughter to him for marriage or to suffer a painful death at his hand. Enraged, White Dragon refused him yet again and flew to meet the pirate, his sorcerer, and his 1,000-strong army in the green fields outside Gorimon. Of the magical silver spears, he knew nothing, and the pirate kept it wrapped in clothes by his side. Bring your focus around, pirate. Oh, it's a conversation, sorry. Bring your focus around, parrot, warned the White Dragon. If you do not, I will lay waste to them all. I wish my men no harm. Light the parrot, for this is between the two of us. He then rode forward alone and demounted his horse, but stayed within reach of the spear. The White Dragon landed before him, and she said, "You are brave to face me like this when you know you cannot harm me." Then the parrot raised a hand as if to greet her, but it was instead a sign to his sorcerer, the terrible Ars, who has cast a mighty spell I don't know what this is, to hold the White Dragon, while the parrot drew his silver spear. The White Dragon fought bravely, and she was close to escaping the sorcerer's magic. But the parrot was quick, and he drew the magic spear into her chest. She screamed in pain and anger, and the sorcerer's spell could no longer hold her. Rising on her beautiful wings, blood pouring down on the land below, she cruised back over her parrot and her people for all time. Wherever the White Dragon blood fell, the land turned, and grass became sand. The parrot sent his army to follow the White Dragon and to bring back her egg, but the dragon grew, and within days the once proud empire of Raksheva was turning into a desert. Followed a firestorm that tore across the land for 100 days and nights, and when the dust settled, there was nothing left of Raksheva but 2 coastal cities and a few scattered oases. It is said that in the current ruins of the lost capital, wrapped in the arms of the parrot who dared test the immortal rest, the silver spear of Gorimon. I don't like this story. The poor dragon.
Are you done? Let me take that back for you.
Oh, I totally forget about him. Next book, next book. Next, next, next. Next, next. Next.
Oh, oh, goodness, it's you again. Oh, you gave me such a fright.
Could I see some more books?
Oh, certainly. What a silly question.
Okay. The silver spear hurt the dragon, but the dragon make everything into a desert. Good. A book on history of Makuria. Interesting. Idea. Okay.
A book on the history of Marcuria would be interesting.
Ah, an extensive subject, to be sure. I will do my best. I did find something of interest. I'll leave it here for you to read.
Okay. Travels in the Northland by Jimian the Discoverer. The first part. In my many years as a traveling poet and bard, I have journeyed far and wide across the fair realm of Arcadia, and I have seen sights most people have not dreamed. I have stood on the magnificent and terrible southern caps in midst of winter when the storms are at their tired chest, with waves as tall as the towers of Altaban washed over my frozen body. I have witnessed the monstrous beasts that lurk in the stark and deadly waters of the south swallow brave gallons whole. The south swallow brave gallons whole, creatures the size of mountains that with a flick of tail can touch the deeps of the sea and the stars themselves. I have crossed the great ocean from north to south and from east to west, and in the course been stranded on desert eastlands with no sustained by what I could gather from the sparse vacation for months at a time. I have ridden the giant Alcon across the westlands from Altaban to Montalbar and further south, where the Teruk the oases are few and far between, and I have seen the shifting dunes about the ruins of Gorimon, prestigious jewel of the Bakshaven Empire, concealed for centuries by the forays and sand, and I have journeyed far west, carried on goodwill and destiny by shadow ships, the strange and unknown cliffs of a world unseen by most, the world of an unfamiliar tongue and customs a world of great wonder and mysticism. I have seen all this and more, but the fairest sights still I have seen in the lands of the north, from Eire to the border mountains, from Tyrene to the Bay of Fire. No sight can ever compare. Dawn at Mount Tyrene, looking out to the plains of Nidra, wherever wild delicious run free in the thousands, and to look on the city of Borsand, the pearl of fire, while the bowling sun sets in the ocean behind. The slow waves reflecting dark yellow and red as he laps slowly up on the sand shores is an experience truly treasured and never forgotten. These lands are blessed by the Creator, shaped by man, yet wild and free and fertile, home to the greatest city, the most spiritual sights, and the most cultured and civilized people in Arcadia. Of all this fires I have set my weary legs by, of all the taverns where I have learned the legends of tale spinners and memorized song of bards, of all the lands where I have wandered from city to village. It is to the Northlands I return time and time again to learn evermore. Join me now, for I will evoke in you the very emotions I first experienced when visiting the sights and treasure of the Northlands. Join me, and I will slowly bring you there to the exotic mists of the blessed land, and you will pine for its rough coast and green woods and its hardly people, and like me you will near rest until you can return to yonder shores. Oh no, okay. Mercuria, oh Mercuria, to unkempt diamond of capitals, to art by truth the fairest. They conceal many seek for knowledge, kept within his century sought and gathered by man wiser than the age brought hider by word of mouth. Mercuria changed to not the causes of war. Between tin people, diplomate, wise man, magical, all this and more. Second, this is so loud on my ears. First thing I want and okay. Yeah. Okay, just a second. I need to make. Oh, no, it's not wiggling. Okay, between time people, diplomat, wise man, magician, all this and more, to taste without equal, the mark of merit and virtue. Written by Gemini Ortrin the Poet. The august capital of Iris, the unified country, Makuria, lies on the far southern coast of the Northlands, halfway between Tyrone and Coruscant. It is a port of call for merchants, traders, adventurers, and pilgrims from all four countries, a place of birth and diplomacy for millions of human and other species. Irid is a strong and proud land, sheet between the plains of the Nidra to the north, the land of the Tyrian to the west, the Great Sea to the south, and the forest of the Northland to the east. An inability by humans, Dolmeri, Tyrian, Mole People, and Rena. Irondy was formed after Mercuria emerged as a major center of diplomacy and trade, and became the banner under which the surrounding lands unite as one. Irid is a democracy currently led by the Chief Council of the Irid Flag Lord Igvan Delan. The High Council, composed of the ministers who govern the representation, resides in the Mercurian Hall of Assembly, flanked by the palace and the barracks. The Irides are traditionalists, and they from a government has barely changed over the last few millennia. In High Tongue, Irid means unification or assembly. Mercuria is one of the largest cities of Arcadia, the capital of Iridi, and a center of trade, diplomacy, and culture diversity, populated by a large variety of races from Human to Wiener. Mercurian has grown from his origins as the birthplace of humanity to a city of all Acadians in the hub of the civilization world. Founded 20,000 years ago at the shore of the sea unconquerable ocean, it is the first known permanent settlement of the emerging human race. Initially left its own device by more developed races, Mercurian grew larger and fat and wealthy. With the newfound confidence, it passed through a period of expansions, which gained it a reputation as a reckless aggressor, which brought violent attention from the Tyree in the west and the Dolmeri in the north. After years of war, Mercuria was decimated and subsequently rebuilt with sufficient reinforcements to weather attacks from both seas and lands. Several times followed. where up on Mercuria settled into the role it has in today's Acadia, although all surrounding areas fall under its jurisdiction. This is Sophian self-growing and few central Texas to appease all but the most disgrounded. The huge areas of farmland around the city benefit from the well-kept road, markets, and the busy export to other lands. Oh. Nearby villages benefit from the military might of Mercuria, considering them against rowing barbarians and tyrant armies, and Mercuria also provides the people of Northland with one of the best and busiest ports in Acadia, allowing travel to destinations around the world.
Are you done?
Yeah.
Let me take that back for you.
Okay. I'm so done. I don't want to do this again. Yeah. Back. So, wow. Any more to read? Let me see.
Oh, goodness, it's you again. Oh, you gave me such a fright.
It's me again.
Could I see some more books?
Oh, certainly. What a silly question.
Okay. Acadian folktale? Oh, okay, this is the last one.
I'd like to read some Arcadian folk tales.
A favored topic of mine. I have just what you're looking for. I did find something of interest. I'll leave it here for you to read.
Okay. Sadra, the faithful wife. Sadra was married to a brute of a man named Care. He was a bully who drank, cursed, gambled, and beat up his wife when he'd lost coins at the cup's table. Still, Sadra treated Care with respect and care. She fed when he was hungry, she made his bed and she washed his back, and she lay down with him when he told her to. She never complained of her hardships to anyone, even though some days she woke up with worries all over her body. Despite it, her husband's treatment, Sadra was a beautiful woman with lovely dark hair and green eyes, and men would admire her when she went to the market for food or the town well for water, but none dared approach her, fearing her dangerous husband more than they admired her beauty and grace. People would say, poor Sadra, she deserved better than what she has. She is so good and patient, even though her husband mistreats her every day. but no one was willing to do anything to free her from her husband, as they all feared his wrath. She chose her own path, they would say, and it is not our duty to interfere. Um, then one day a tall and handsome prince rode into town to visit with the elder consul. When he spotted Cedra carrying 2 heavy buckets from the well to the home and the edge of town, he was taken with her beauty and youth, and he jumped down from his horse. Yes, of course. Yes, to help carry her buckets home. Guys, that's not happen. Defend yourself. Run. Run, Cedra, run. On the way off, he offered Cedra courtship, but when told she was already married, he bowed respectful and excused himself for acting inappropriately. That night, Cedra's husband heard about the prince helping his wife, and after striking her down for letting royalty interfere with her duties, he strode drunkenly, for he had already had his usual fill of dark ale, towards the tavern where the prince and his cohorts were staying. When Care arrived at the tavern, the prince was eating dinner, and when told Cedra's husband was there to see him, the prince stood and waved the man closer. "I must congratulate you on your good taste in marriage," said the prince. "For your wife is the most beautiful and good-hearted woman I have ever met." And then he offered Care a seat and a tall mug of ale. But the angry husband did not appreciate the prince's advances, and he drew a sword and launched at the prince before his guards could react. The prince was quick and lucky to avoid certain death, and before Care could make a second strike, the prince had recovered his sword from where it stood by the wall and stood ready to fight. Leave him, fought the prince when his guards drew arms and ran to protect the lead. "This is between him and me." Smiling briefly, he nodded his head to Care and stood to attention. Obviously, his skills with the sword was formidable. Care, a coward at heart, knew that if he fought fairly, he would surely die, and he shredded his sword, but loosened the knife he had locked up his long sleeve. "My pardon, Prince," said Care. "My love for my wife is such that I am blinded by jealousy. I offer you friendship and apologize." He extended an open hand to the prince and smiled a rose-slithered smile. The prince, unaware of Care's mistreatment of his faithful wife, smiled back, put down his sword, and extended his own hand. "Your apology is accepted, sir." Then suddenly Care's knife was in his hand and moving in a flow toward the prince's exposed throat. Had it not been for the quick eye of a nearby guard, who with the broad side of his sword stuck Care on the side of his head, the prince would have been dead. The knife graved a deep scar in the prince's shoulder, but did not serious harm. Care was taken away to the town prison to the judged when the sun rose. His crime was currently punishable by death, especially if Cedra would testify to his cruelty and in front of the judge. Free of free of Care's tyranny, the townspeople now spoke of Sadra suffering by her husband's hand, but Sadra would not herself, even now, speak against her husband, and instead of being sentenced to death, Care was sent away to work the king's mines for 25 years. Taken with her faithfulness, the prince yet again offered Sadra courtship, but again Sadra declined, for she was still a married woman. Then 1 year later, Care attempted to escape the king's mines by killing 2 guards and climbing walls, but he was shot down with an arrow and died in agony and disgrace. Yay! Again, the prince visits Sadra's town, bringing condolence and a renewed offer of courtship, and this time Sadra's. Months later, the prince and Sadra were married in the glorious ceremony, and when the old king died, the prince became regent, and Sadra was as good a queen as the land had ever seen, and she was loved dearly until the day she died. And her funeral was the grandest and most tearful in memory. Oh my goodness, I need to drink. Hey, kitty. Okay. Much light? Sleepy, sleepy. Wait a second. Okay. The children of the lake. There was a village by a lake where no couple had borne a child for the villagers were decimated, for without children their village would then die, and they turned to their good for help. The next morning, 50 young children rose out of the misty lake and wandered much to the joy of the childless woman. "Here are yours," said one of the children, "as long as you remember one thing. You are never to fish from this lake again. Instead, you must learn to hunt in the forest and live off the land." The villagers agreed. They worried they might go hungry since they were used to catching and eating fish from the lake, but it didn't take long before they had taught themselves to hunt and grow what and eat and potatoes in the fields. 18 years passed, and then one day an old man grew tired of rabbits and deer and potatoes and bread, and he launched to catch a fish and cook it over a sizzling fire. He took his boat out to where the villagers would not see him, and he sank his line. Almost immediately he caught a large boat, but as he was rowing back the shore, he saw the children of the lake wandered from their homes back into the dark waters from whence they came. Their mothers called for them, tried to hold onto them, begged them not, but they wouldn't speak, and one by one they disappeared into the lake. The old fisherman, as the children sank in the water, they turned it into large fish and he was shameful then and dropped his catch back in the water, but it was too late, and the villagers forevermore remain childless. Childless village. Ah, okay.
Are you done? Let me take that back for you.
Ooh, okay. I guess I read everything I can. Ooh, can I ask him anything else? Check out.
Oh, oh, goodness, it's you again. Oh, you gave me such a fright.
Could I see some more books?
Oh, certainly. What a silly question.
Okay, again. Oh, we could read some more Akkadian folktales.
I'd like to read some more Akkadian folktales.
Did I mention how much I like folk tales? Just a minute. I did find something of interest. I'll leave it here for you to read.
Oh, this is. Yeah, this is the same story. I don't know. Yeah, okay.
Are you done?
Yeah.
Let me take that back for you.
Okay. Guys, I'm uh let us
It's emerald green, teeming with life and carrying the pleasant, salty scent of distant shores.
okay. Oh, I can look back to maybe person bring a map is back home. Thank you.
Excuse me?
Yes? Oh, it is you.
Okay, do you
Do you know when Tunlayak is expected back?
I could not tell you, child, but from what I know of the ships in harbor, she will not find one that needs a navigator any time soon.
Ah, she's also a sailor.
Thank you, ma'am.
Maybe we go back to
You're welcome,
here?
child.
Maybe she...
It's a small wagon pulled by one of those strange beasts. Hello.
Uh-huh.
We ask him this last.
Do you know the island of Elias?
The vacation paradise of the ancient Delmari? Certainly.
How do I get there?
It's near the Briston Atoll, but boats rarely travel directly to Briston from Marcuria. You'd have to travel via Guyenne.
Can you give me a lift to Guyenne on your ship?
There are 3 problems with that scenario. Number 1, there's no wind, so we can't set sail south. Number 2, I lost my navigator a few weeks past, and I have yet to find his replacement. And number 3, you're a woman. We don't let women on board the White Dragon.
Isn't that a bit sexist?
Sexy is just what I worry about. What with a boat full of men being out at sea for months at a time?
Not sexy, sexist.
I'm a sailor, girl. What do you expect? Good bedside manners?
I'd really appreciate it if I could hitch a ride with you to Guyenne.
Ain't gonna happen. Sorry.
Did you ever hear of the Merman of the Sea of Songs?
You mean the bloodthirsty cannibal merman of the Sea of Songs?
That's it.
Never heard of him.
Okay.
Bye.
Okay. Ah, it's just them again. I thought the other person we were watching for can nap.
Hello again, old man.
It be you.
Okay. Oh, how I can.
Do you know the island of Elias?
Aye, I be knowing lots and lots about the feared Isle of Elias.
It's feared? How?
Because it be a place of cannibals.
You really don't know anything about the island of Elias, do you?
No, I do not.
Do you know how I can get passage on a boat going south?
Aye, coin be the way, as me beloved wife always be saying. 'Course she'd be running off with a wealthy merchant while I be away at sea. Women
Never trusted one I didn't pay for again.
I don't have much coin at all.
Then I be at a loss, as do ye, unless...
I need coin to travel in a boat unless... what?
Unless I be calling in a favor with the good Captain Horatio Nebave, who be traveling to Guyenne as soon as the wind be picking up.
What kind of favor?
Oh, he be owing me from back when I was his captain.
Would you cash in your favor with Nebave if I got your bird back?
Aye, I be promising anything to get me friend back. It be a deal.
Now we can get the... Nice.
See you later.
If I not be dead, aye.
But I think this is a point. Let me go back market and make save point. Yeah, because I'm getting really tired. So I think this is cut for today and give.
Those guys must be part of the city.
Okay, go. Good. Nice. Don't.
I look like a serving maid.
Okay, fine. Let me make a save.